Okay. I'm going to show you how to do this little edge on the next counter. I just want to show you how to file first on a flat surface, so you get an idea. So if your counter isn't too big or if it's not already installed, clamp it down, okay? It's going to help it from moving. All right. I like to press it one more time just to make sure it's in. Now take a look at the seam where your laminate meets the laminate. You don't want any openings, so just press it with the file, just like that. All right, now for the hard part, filing. So you're gonna want to tape up your file, just do 1 or 2 loops, not too much, like I said earlier. Make sure the seam where your laminate meets your laminate right here is pressed in. No bubbles, none of that. Just use the handle of your file just to make sure. I always just run it through even if there's no visual obstruction or bubble. Anyways, filing. If you don't do this right, you're gonna chip or scratch your countertop. So you're combining 2 motions together. This with this, okay? Now, the biggest mistake you're gonna do is get greedy and push this way without going this way. And you're just breaking the laminate off. So you're gonna have little chips along your edge. Also, 2 fingers right here, whole time, hold it flat. Do not go like this, do not go like this. If you go like this, you're gonna start scratching your laminate. It's gonna look all white and garbagey. Yeah, it's just don't be rigid with it. That's the biggest advice I can give you, because you just need to kind of naturally just find the groove of it and just do it. I mean, I really don't have any other advice for you. So that's how you go forward, this and this combined. Sometimes you have a little end here, you're gonna have to go reverse. So you go like this and you combine this with this. So it's like that. And you just do that to start off. So dig into it a little, just get the corner in there. See, just nice and easy. And see, just like that. So what I like to do is get a little bit of water in a spray bottle, soak that bad boy. And what that does is it activates the water-based glue, and you can see the glue that's dried up there, and it'll just kind of rub it off. It makes it easier to clean later. So anyways, pressure, so 2 fingers here, put some pressure with your hand going down, but make sure it's flat, not like that, not like that. I know I already said this, but can't stress it enough. And just nice, fluid-like motions here, people. Oops, hit my counter. So the top part's pretty easy. It starts getting a little confusing when you get to, not confusing, but a little tricky when you get to the edge. So there you go. Filed it all off, and I'm just gonna go one more time just to clean it up. Once you do enough countertops, like by the noise, you can just tell if it's done properly or not. So, what you do is make sure you're nice and clean there. And you want to keep that same sliding motion. So combine this with this when you bring it here. So file flat, and when I'm hitting it, I don't hit it with this part of the file. I'm hitting it with the back. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's like that. You only do that on the edges. For the front, you're hitting it with this, so like that. But here, you kind of want to just like that. Sorry if I'm in the way here. There we go, beauty. Sometimes the glue's in the way when you're filing, so that's why I use the water on my file, but you can just rub it off even. And there you go. So once Once you got that, you get your sandpaper, and if you're using a new sandpaper, go real light. I like to use one that's already been used. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can do more than 3 if you want. I really don't care, as long as it's not sharp. And then on the front right there. Run your finger, just make sure it's nice and smooth. There you go, people. That's a flat edge. Next up, let's get the backsplash. Okay, so our backsplash has a little 45 angle right here. So similar to our flat counter, you want to cut your strip 5/8 by 5/8, measure from here to there. Boom, you want it to end just before this. I'm not sure you can see, but this strip is a 1/16 shorter than this. Like I said before, that's okay. Now you want to cut another strip. Put a 45 on it. Make sure it's the right 45 so it fits there. Mark it and cut it right there. So it's important that this piece and this piece are flush when they connect. So right here. If you have a little bit of a gap right there, don't worry about this hole right here. That's going to be covered. But if you have a gap right here, there's none. But if it's like that, it's okay up to maybe 1/8 or 1/4. I wouldn't go past that. Okay, next. Grab your staple gun. Grab your 5/8 by 5/8 piece and your other 5/8 by 5/8 45 piece. Pro tip, clamp it down. Okay, so hopefully I'm not in the way, but get your piece of wood. I like to hold the gun between my legs, not between my butt cheeks. Put this down first, and first off, make sure that there's no glue. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of bead of glue here. If that happens, you get your knife. Clean that up. So check right here and right here. It's really annoying if you don't make sure that you do that, it's gonna screw up your whole counter. Next, strip, 45 strip. The important part, like I said earlier, is right here. So just make sure this strip is flat, and this, you're gonna wanna push against this one. Just like that. So make sure you're flush here like this, and make sure you're flush here. Grab your gun and drive one in. And similar to the flat counter, you want to put 5. Okay. When it comes to this, you want to place it. So make sure you're flush here and on the edges. So here and all along here, you're flush. It's a little tricky doing it and hold it like with the staple gun, but with practice makes perfect. Boom. So I like to do one staple on the bottom. That way I can kind of move it back and forth and adjust if I have to, even though I had it perfect. Okay, so first staple, drive it somewhere on the bottom here. The second one, I like to drive it higher up. So this piece of wood, the staple goes into this top strip. Just holds it a little more securely, in my opinion. Once you do that, you're just gonna wanna glue this. Same thing as last time. Get your piece of laminate, make sure it's the right color, and make sure it's the right side. Because this is, what is this, the right side? So if this was a left and you use this, it wouldn't work, right? So go ahead and do that. If you're using a roller, watch out for splatter. Got on my shoes. Beautiful. Alright. We've been through this before. Just want to glue it and wait for it to turn from white to clear. Takes about 20 to 30 minutes. I will check back with you then.